Hello and thank you for tuning in to Pilot Savvy YouTube video. My name is Chris, owner of Pilot Savvy. In one of my previous videos, I went over the detailed instructions on how to configure the buttons on the Thrustmaster T16000 joystick. In this video, I'm taking it to the next level there by actually showing you the results of programming those buttons for my Diamond DA50 flight simulator that you've probably seen in a lot of my other videos. In a previous video, I had a honeycomb yoke that was mounted here, and I've replaced it with the Thrustmaster joystick. So the reason we're being is the Diamond and real world, it actually has a yoke. It has a joystick. So I want to actually simulate it closer by using the joystick. So what I've done here is I've used a yoke mount, if I'm saying it right, a Hikig, H-I-K-I-G, and it comes in pairs. So I bought a pair. They look pretty robust and the closest to what I actually needed the mount to do. So it just kind of sits on here. I'm not going to go into all those details. The main focus of this video is to show you the buttons and knobs. So let me start at the top and I guess work my way down here. So looking at the top view, actually let me show you the mount here. So you notice this is a regular fold-up chair that I've been using for my flight sim pilot seat, and its position, let me see if I can get it, is hovering above it. You notice, so it allows you to sit down with legs on either side of both sides of it, and you can see the rudder pedals in the background there, and so that gives you more realism, and it fits at what I think is a perfect height. It's adjustable too, the way I have it mounted. I didn't go with the standard as like a C-clamps, what I call them, like C-clamps to mount it. I needed to mount this different. I may publish the video a little later talking about how I actually mounted it, and I modified it with the drill and so forth. Anyway, so top bottom you have so this is the hat switch, obviously. Push to talk. So I went ahead and used the trigger as a push to talk, and then I have a autopilot. I wanted to position it as close as possible to the real deal. So let me see here. Go ahead and show you how I did that. So this is the actual stick. So you have the auto trim. Auto trim on the real deal, and autopilot connect, just reconnect. Now on the back here, there's a push button on the front. You can't see it from this angle, but there's the actual push to talk button. So what I wanted to do is imitate this as close as possible. So what I did is put the push to talk on the right side. So not push to talk, the autopilot, engage, disengage button on the right side, just as it is in the actual aircraft or flight sim. Push to talk button, and then trim on this side. So you have a button here. You should be able to tell it pretty much. That's a button. That's a trim button, and then so that's trim nose down, trim nose up. And that's, you can see the label more here. There we go. So trim up, so trim nose up, trim nose down. So make it as realistic as possible. And so again, that's emulating this here, trim up, trim down. Slightly different, could not get it exact, but it's pretty close. So now let me put this back to kind of a neutral position there. And then I'm gonna raise it up just slightly. There you can see the other stuff. Okay, so now what we have, gonna go over the other buttons. So left to right. So on the yoke, joystick, used to flying with the yoke, you have the alternator 1, alternator 2, If you go up here, you have alternator 1 and alternator 2. So alternator 1, alternator 2. And you have your off, your fuel transfer off and on. These two buttons here. So I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate as I go. So the alternator switch, I'm going to hit the buttons on the, I have them set in the toggle mode. So I'm going to press it here, and you see that one went up. Toggle it down. So the off position, toggle it on. Then I'm going to hit alternator button switch 2, and it's on. Now next in line, you have the fuel transfer on and off. So on and on the right position, and off in the left, and this is why. So that's the fuel transfer. So I'm going to push the button. I'm going to push off. It's in off position already, and then I'm going to hit the on, and you see it's turning on. So it's mapped to that switch, or to that knob. Now we have the get back here, emergency fuel pump. So you have this one here. It's on position there. Let me get back there so I can see you. On position and off position. It's kind of hard. It's got a little dark. So that's on button, on switch, off switch. And demo it. Emergency fuel. Gonna hit on and off. Okay. Now we have, I'm just demonstrating a demo. I may switch some things that are not programmed into here, like the engine start. That's actually used. That's here, so I can maybe demo that. So this is the old universal switch there. I'm not going to demo that. I'm just going to stick with the buttons I have here. So ESS bus. Oh, actually, I'm going to start at top bottom. So auto, FADEC, auto, and B. So this toggles A and B. Let me demonstrate. So I'm going to use this one button to toggle them. So FADEC. Here we go. So auto, toggle to B, force B. Toggle back up to auto. Now, next one here. You have a test. So the FADEC test. I'm gonna push the chair up a little bit. So the FADEC test is going to be, it's this little button. So I'm pressing the button here and holding it in. As long as I hold it in, you see that pushed in, then I'm going to release it. So this demo is behaving the way if I had a physical switch there. I mean, well, I have a physical switch. If I was to press the one in the aircraft, there you go. And you see it in and out when I release it. So spring loaded. All right, so that's that. So that's going to help you use that during the engine start. Or not engine start, but the run up test. So now we're going to go down to the switches for the ESS bus, electric master. A little hard to see, again, I'm in a darker area there. And avionics master. So let's go demo this. So first one we have there that we looked at, ESS bus. ESS bus, I'm gonna toggle it on. I use the toggle option rather than on off separate one because of the limited number of switches, but they work just fine. And so I'm gonna go ESS bus. Missed it. Here we go. ESS bus, toggle on. ESS bus, toggle off. Then I move on to the electric master. Electric master, toggle it on, and you see everything is kind of coming to life when I toggle it on. So I don't have any audio connected to the flight sim. Everything's going through the headset, and it's just a quick and dirty video shooting outside of that environment. So then the next one, so that's the master, and as you see, this is Everything came up as the way it's supposed to. The physical sound on displays and the video all look the same. You might be able to hear it over the headphones there. Now let's go to the last one. Last one is the Avionics Master. So I'm going to hit the Avionics Master and toggle that on. Okay, and hit that, and now this is coming up over here. Okay, and so you have that came up. So that demos the next we demo the motion. So I'm gonna toggle up, left, and I'm gonna move the joystick left, right, up, forward, down. So it's pretty responsive in flight. I'm gonna do an in-flight video there to demo these. Actually moving forward, unless I hit an obstacle, I'm going to use this joystick, and if I come across something that's a little sleeker with the same buttons or more, then I'll use that. And I'm also working on creating my own switches in the ops panel so that I could have even more control. And if I come across something where I can get to the point where I can get like a real aircraft joystick, then I'll go ahead and do that as well. I'll use that as well. So, and one more option here. I have the trim, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm trimming nose down. So this is that nose down I was telling you about earlier. I'm pressing it, and it's moving the trim well in the down and the nose down position, and then I'm hitting the nose up. There you go. Yeah, we saw that earlier. It's a little hidden, but I know that this is the nose up position. So nose up, and it's trimming in the nose up position, as you can see. Alright, and that concludes this video, and this is an ongoing project, and anyone who's ever built a simulator know that it's a never-ending project. It goes on and on and on and becomes more and more complex, and this is no different, as I started with a mouse and a keyboard way back when. That's about all for this video. I think I've covered it all. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and a like and a thumbs up. And again, my name is Chris. Thank you for tuning in. Bye now.